Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is August 25th, 2024. It is a Sunday. Laurel is in on the show. She says, good evening. Looks good and sounds good. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. We'll wait for folks to slide on in. Slide on into the show. Get some housekeeping under the way. God, it's gonna be. Sorry, it's gonna be a long show. Tired, always tired. Long day. Got the bots hitting Facebook. It's to be expected. So that's been weeding out. We've lost about sunlight streaming in? No. What do you mean sunlight? Sunlight streaming in? No. Nose itches. So we lost about, I don't know, let me see. No, I didn't need to do that. Stop it. I didn't need to do that. I need to do this. There we go. Oh, heck. We only lost. We only lost about 4. So that's not too bad. We only lost 4, but 3 of those, that's odd. Well, because one was a bot that started following me. And then 3 of the other ones that I booted 3 in the last 2 days. 2 of them, I think 2 today. At least 1 today. It wasn't a bot, just a troll. He was playing shenanigans, and I called him out on it and went back and forth. And he was getting personal each time he did it, and then he claimed that I was the one that was all worked up. And it's like, no. Hey, Donna. Donna joined the show. She says, hey, Laurel and John, hey. So he got the boot. I've been getting in, I don't know what you, maybe calling them independents. I don't even know if they're libertarians, because most libertarians aren't complete jackasses. Well, some of them are. But they're coming in and they're trying to, if I say anything against the Democrats, they're pointing out about the Republicans. And it's like, and then it's like, wait a minute here, but that doesn't refute what I said about the Democrats. And the fact that the big problems now is the same way you can go right or left. The problem is the left, is not the right. I don't even care if there are radical right folks out there. They're few in number and they're not causing the problems. So I also posted up a meme. Well, it's not a meme. It was a cartoon about abortion. And the gal's in the office, and she says, my body, my choice, right? And they're doing an ultrasound, and there's a baby in there. She says, this is your baby's body. And that's true. And most of the folks that follow my content are on board. They get it. But every once in a while, and it was a nice gal. She was, I just let her and the feller go back and forth. And they went places I wouldn't have gone, and no, I don't really agree with most of them. But she admitted that, no, she wouldn't abort her baby, but blah, 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 blah. You know what? Saying you wouldn't do an atrocity, yet you make excuses for other exceptions for it, is not the virtue signal and the win that you think it is. It's not doing. No, I'm not. I wouldn't round up the Jews and cart them off and burn them, but, there can be an argument for this case or that case. Yeah, not as virtuous as you think it is. Abortion is a sticky subject. I err on the side of caution. And we've talked about this on the show before, that I believe that inception's safe, but I don't believe that the Lord would put a soul in a vessel that he knew was not gonna make it. So my thing is heartbeat. actual heartbeat, not heart activity. See, some people want there's a big misconception about that. You know, the Texas heartbeat law is what, 6 weeks? Do you know there's no heartbeat at 6 weeks? It's between 8 and 12 weeks that you actually get a heartbeat. Why? Because you need valves and stuff. And at 6 weeks, there's no valves. It's just heart cells beating in unison, but there's no blood pumping. They're just, people don't understand that too. You can take heart cells and move them, take them off of a living heart, put them in a tray, and they'll all beat. They'll beat, but they're not pumping anything. So it's a misnomer. 6-week heartbeat is a misnomer. It's between, let's say, 8 and 12 weeks. It's almost twice that before the heart actually forms valves and can beat as a unit. And that's what we for like human beings. It's not whether or not a cell is beating. It's what is the heart beating, the heart pumping blood, or attempting to pump blood. And that's a good place to start. I like the two of them, brain activity and a beating heart. But again, I'd err on the side of caution. You want to do it inception, fine. I have no problem with that. But no matter how you argue, it still ain't your body. An unformed vessel for a soul within a female's body is not her body. Again, you just can't. They're two different topics. There's two different topics. What's part of her body and when is life as we know it or we define it begins. Two different issues. Now, that said, I don't think an unformed vessel is just a clump of cells either. It has the DNA of the new potential life. It's not like cancer. And the left likes to use that. Oh, so you don't believe it, so you believe that it's just like a tumor. It's like, no, it's not a tumor, you idiot. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Kindergarten cop. Went into work with a headache. But, yeah, so people can argue up and down, right and left. It doesn't make any difference to me. It's just, I try not to get lost in the weeds. If the cartoon was about the body, not whether or not someone should have the right to terminate that life within them. We can have that discussion. That's fine, but it's different. It's not the woman's body, and yeah. But there you go. Yakking away here, trying to get house cleaning and have folks come on in. Tonight's coffee is Coconut Crazy Joe. That's right, Coconut Crazy Joe from Joe Knows Coffee brand. Coconut Crazy Joe from Joe Knows Coffee. Oh, my nose itches. John's nose itches. And if you like coconut, oh, you'll like this coffee. It is very coconut. It's the first time I had it. The missus had it the other day. She had it, and one of my daughters had it, and they liked it, and they thought it was pretty damn special. So I said, okay, we'll slip it in tonight. We'll give it a try, and it's very coconutty. It's okay. It's not my favorite coffee. It's okay. It's very coconutty. Folks, I went out canoeing yesterday. Took the youngest out, her in a kayak, and we went up on the midsection of the Contoocook River. I like that section. It's between Hopkinton and Henniker. It's a nice day. We went just to the rapids and back. I never go up through the rapids. I just turn around and then go back down. So it's you can do it in 5, 6, 7 hours, easy. Nice day out on the water. And this time I got video. But there's an adventure there. I'm getting out there. Like I like to do my various shots. Sometimes you'll see the water. Sometimes you'll see the bank. Sometimes you'll see the other bank. Sometimes you'll see me. Sometimes you'll see straight out the front. Yeah, I like to do various shots, different angles, mix them up. Well, I started doing some of that, and then my mount for my camera broke. It's like, oh, crap. So I tried to fix it. I thought I might have fixed it. I didn't get it fixed. I got it so that I can sort of work. What it was is there is a mount that the camera is sitting in. And then that mounts to an arm which has a clamp on it. And then I clamp it either on the side of the canoe or on so it's either on the thwart or it's on the, it's either on the thwart, which goes across the canoe, or the gunnel, which goes on the side. So I either clamp it to one or the other. Well, where the clamp meets the holder for the camera, it's got a sleeve that goes up into it, and it's threaded. So you thread it down into the bottom clamp. Well, the top of the bottom clamp. It broke. And even though the outside edge of that sleeve has like little cookie cutter things that are supposed to pressure fit that sleeve into the plastic bottom part, it's kind of rubbery plastic, they weren't gripping anymore. So I had to take my knife and pound it in as best I could and then screw it back onto the threads and then just leave it alone. So I couldn't do any more angles anymore. I couldn't do anything because if you just came up and just bumped the canoe really, really hard on the side and shook the canoe too much, the damn thing would fall off again. So I was able to get a bunch more footage just straight on for the rest of the day. But yeah, we only got like maybe an eighth of the day before it broke. And then the 7/8 after that was just me just praying that it just kind of stayed where it was supposed to be. So I'll get some Gorilla Glue and I'll glue that piece back in, and then we'll be fine. And the next time I go out, I'll be able to get all my fancy angles, shoot up the side of the canoe and down into the water and paddle shots and, bank shot here and bank shot there. You're like, wow, yeah, it's not a lot of work. It's just you have to reposition the camera, turn it this way, and keep going, and turn it the other way, and keep going, and turn it up and turn it down, and do all sorts of stuff. And then you just cut the turns and edit. So it's all editing stuff. So comes out okay. Are we all there? Nobody's saying anything. So within the next day or so, maybe tomorrow I'll be able to get it up. I got a crap ton. I gotta call a plumber from a place in Vermont. I've got to call a lawyer from an attorney from a place in Vermont. I got to do a bunch of stuff. I gotta run either there Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to get up there and get the water flowing to the house and try to get things fixed. So I got a busy week coming up. And so tomorrow's a lot of phone calls. So I'll be in the studio. I'll be able to call everybody and say, hey, I need you to do some deed work for me, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that. Hey, come on over and see the place on Tuesday. I'll be there. Show up at like 2 o'clock. Come give me an estimate. But yeah, busy day, but I should be able to get the video. Somebody posted a Nazi thing, and I was like, oh, I got to check that out. Yeah, it was strength and joy was part of their slogans. But they did the same thing most of the communist countries. That's why they're pushing joy all the time. The Democrats now, joy, joy, joy. Laurel says, pace yourself, keep the coffee close. Yeah, no, I'll be good. My lawn is looking awesome. My lawn. Best lawn in the neighborhood because I let it grow during the drought area. I didn't cut it down. My neighbors, they've been cutting theirs down. They still got brown spots all over the place. Mine is, I let it grow, and then when I cut it an inch higher than I normally do. And I've had 2 cuttings since then. It's like one of those movie lawns. I mean, it's not like I got a Better Homes and Garden house, but you know, where you go, oh, it's so thick and lush and so much grass. It's no weeds and stuff. That's the way my lawn looks. It's like, ooh, looks nice. But yeah, I got a lot of work. Thank you to the folks who have been, there's been a couple, not many, been a couple. I've been helping donate. Again, if you'd like to buy the Cowboy a cup of coffee, pour a whiskey, a bottle of whiskey, do it monthly, whatever. There's links in the description. If you think that my content and what I do for folks is worth the price of a cup of coffee, then by all means, feel free to consider donating. If you set up a monthly donation, it can be canceled at any time. So if, next month you go, no, I don't think the Cowboy pulled through. This month he was slacking. And you can just go, no, I'm not going to give to him. And that's all fine and dandy too. But, yeah, busy. Busy. Didn't get up to Gus's camp today. Me and the missus got up this morning. I let her sleep in. So we laying there in bed, and I think we got up about 7:15. Yeah, that's sleeping in. But I let her sleep. It's like, no, I'm not even going to get up to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to lay here quiet and let her sleep until she's done sleeping. And then when she's done sleeping, well, we'll get up and I'll go out there and drain the lizard. Well, you know how it is. You got to pee first thing in the morning. It's like people go, hey, if you won the lottery, what's the first thing you do the next morning? I'd pee. And I wouldn't tell anybody. I'd tell them I peed, but that's about it. What's the first thing you would do? What's the first thing you do every morning? Shut up. Again, Coconut Crazy Joe. It's okay. I like the smell of coconut better than coconut's fine, I guess. I like coconut on my cookies or cakes and stuff. That's fine. But yeah, where was I? Lizards. We were talking about lizards, like lizard boots. Never had lizard boots. I'll have lizard boots before I die. I've had some other kinds of boots. I'd like some lizard boots, maybe some ostrich boots, but not the quilly kind, the upper ostrich, and some lizard boots. I'd like some lizard boots. I like a good pair of rhino or elephant for working. Boy, those are good stout boots. Those are good boots. When I was younger, I had some white snake boots. Python boots. I grew out of that. I'm not really if I had python, they'd have to be like brown. And yes, they have brown python boots. But I'm more like lizards. I'd like some caiman boots. Caimans are like alligators. Like some caiman back boots and lizards. I'm just talking, nobody's talking. I tend to get just cowhide boots. I've had cowhides that was stamped. I've had they look like caiman boots, but they weren't. They were stamped. They still look nice, but they weren't caiman. So I get some lizard boots. And no, caimans aren't lizards. I mean, that's when I say lizards, they're lizard boots. You see, you just go look it up, lizard boots. Get some Tony Lamas or something. Get $3,000, $6,000 pair of boots. I ain't that rich. I like my heating oil. My heating oil is my top priority. Oh, my goodness. I got stuff set aside for the dulcimer. But if folks would still like to help up, for the boobadoo. Yeah, it's live, folks. Warts and all. If you would like to help offset the cost for the custom dulcimer, it'll be back in production in October, is what I understand. It was supposed to have already been done, but he takes the summers off. You can donate for that too and say, hey, John, this is to help offset for the dulcimer. You can go ahead and do that. Or not. What else we got going on here? We only got a handful of folks out there. Go ahead and type up and say hey. Say hey. Gus and Sally, if you're listening, hey. Gus doesn't get great internet up there. He gets cell phone, but he doesn't get good internet. So I don't know how that works. So you may be in the weeds. We know Donna's hiding. There's Fred. Hey! Fred Turnipseed. That's Orion, I believe, right? Orion? Fred Turnipseed? No! See, there's two people. Orion Turner and Fred Turnipseed. Fred, what the hell? You follow my Facebook content, Fred. What's your name there? I always confuse you with Orion. You're not the same unless you're on two different systems. Welcome to the show, guys. Orion follows me both on MeWe and probably YouTube as well. So I'll take a guess that you might subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I got two of them, folks. This is the Whiskey Cowboy Official, and the other one is the Whiskey Cowboy Life. Now, if you like the canoeing and the guitar playing, and the dulcimer will be coming up, and chickens and anything not my normal Facebook stuff, go ahead and subscribe to that one and hit the bell notification so that you're told when I put up some new stuff. We got some new stuff coming up here. Like I said, I got to get the canoeing video process generated. I got like 50 files, 50 clips I got to go through. It's an interesting process. What I do is I lay them all out in my editing software chronologically. And then I go through and then I check for color corrections and exposures and stuff like that. And then I tweak all 50 of the files, all 50 of the segments. Then I go through and then I slice and dice. We're going to take this out. We're going to take that out. We're going to take this out. We're going to take that out. So I get about a 15-minute video out of about a 6-hour canoe ride. Fred says, are the same. Oh, Fred Turnipseed and Orion are the same. So why? Well, I mean, that's fine. You can type with two people. That's weird. That's weird. Two accounts. But that's okay. You do your thing. You got me confused there. Peggy says, hey there. Hey, Peggy. Hey. I called a clown today. I was a clown and a pretend cowboy. I was a pretend cowboy and a clown. And I had my concerns of social issues and my page. And it's like, yeah, yes. Adios, amigos. Hasta la vista. Hey, Judy. Welcome to the show, Judy. Oh, you're here early. She's here on time. Judy's on time is about 20 minutes after. And if she's here at the top of the hour, then that's unusual. But usually she gets here an hour and change afterwards. Fred says, gives you an additional number. It does, and I appreciate that, but you confused me. You confused me. Says I've got poor health streaming out to YouTube, so if it gets glitchy, you all let me know. Laurel says, I'm getting skip. I'm going to reboot. No, that's me. That's me. You remember? See, I just mentioned it. It says that I'm getting poor Poor quality going out, and I have no idea why. Oh, now it says excellent. So you should be fine now. I have no idea what it is. My ISP must be having an issue. And it shouldn't for what I pay for it, but you should be clear now, Laurel, right? Things going smooth again. It says it's excellent. Excellent. It's the Irishman from Braveheart. Which, like I said, William Wallace's nickname wasn't Braveheart. Robert the Bruce's nickname was Braveheart. It doesn't matter. So what else we got going on? I talked about the canoeing. Yeah, it's a nice stretch. If I had property along the Contoocook up there, I'd be out there almost every day. It's a nice area of the river. Here we go. I'm gonna move this over here. There we go. I got my George Strait shirt on. No, it's not really George Strait's, but if you know George Strait, he likes Elvis collars, the elephant ears. This shirt here has some of the biggest collars on it. Not circumference, but you know, the ear part is bigger than a lot of the other ones that I have. So it does what it wants to do. But it's comfortable. It's a comfortable shirt. So that's the one I chose today. And that's the one I'm wearing for the show, by golly. Yeah. Laura says better now. Yeah, got like a good flow. You didn't reboot, did you? Should have just cleared up on its own. Says I got excellent connection now. But yeah, it was poor before. It was poor. I got my yeller dot. Judy says it's nice. The shirt? Yeah, the shirt's okay. The collars just like to do what the hell they want to do. Laura says yes, it did. So you'll notice every once in a while, it's like right now the collars are doing what they're supposed to do, but then sometimes it does this. It just kind of like they flatten themselves out. Kind of reminds me of the Flying Nun. It's like, no, so I like to come on, just bring them up just a little bit. So here you go. Peggy says pure country, no pun intended. Oh my God. I can forgive George for that movie. My goodness. That was a horrible movie. That was the movie, right? Pure Country? He played that country singer with a ponytail. Wasn't that movie? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was Pure Country. That movie was... George? I don't know what the hell. Well, there was a few country artists doing the foray. That movie was... No, stick to singing, George. You did good. But that ponytail, what the hell was his name? What the hell was his name? Dusty. There we go, Dusty. Oh, my goodness. I guess that was the foretelling of that was before Garth did his alter ego, wasn't it? Whatever the hell Garth's alter ego was. Gaines? Wasn't Garth's something Gaines? Chris Gaines. Chris Gaines was... My goodness. Garth, stop it. You have enough sins. That's the... You did your missus wrong, and you went off with Trisha, and you had Chris Gaines. Stop it. No. Yeah, that's horrible. But yeah, Dusty, Pure Country. My goodness. But that didn't they play? Wasn't the theme song of that? They played it with his... I actually recorded that with my son when my son was about 8 years old. When you hear twin fiddles and a steel guitar, you're listening to the sound of the American heart. Opry music on a Saturday night. You know that song. Sing a song about the Heartland. Heartland is the name of the song. Sing a song about the heartland. Wasn't that the song that they used for the theme song for that Pure Country? Dusty. Oh God. The whole damn movie I wanted to just grab that ponytail and cut that thing off. I got no problems with guys with long hair. I had long hair for a little bit. I had before I went in the service. I was a teen. And then I had some after. The missus we talked about this. Her father wouldn't talk to me. Cut my hair, then he started talking to me. Weird. So yeah, I don't have it, but that was it was cringe. That was his ponytail. Because Trace Atkins, he put his hair up in a ponytail every now and again. And that wasn't too bad, but Dusty was Dusty. But yeah, George likes his shirts with the big collars. And I mentioned on the show too, George likes to rest his arms on his guitar when he's singing, and then he'll strum a little bit and he'll play in between a little bit. I never heard him play. He's playing, but I don't think it's really doing much of anything. It looks good, and then he just sings and he rests his arms. He got his prop, his blanket on stage. Bless him. Excuse me. He's a great singer though, King George. I just thought it was funny. His guitar and that ponytail. That ponytail. Stop it. Oh, that was horrible. Jessica, Peggy says, didn't matter to me. I'll watch George. Yeah, George is a good guy. Who was Jessica? Is it Tandy? Who the hell was his manager? Boy, she did him dirty. But she played that role in a couple movies around there. Pure Country Cast. Let's go to there. No, it wasn't. It was Lindsay Ann Warren, I think, played as... Yeah, so it wasn't who I thought it was. I thought it was the same gal that was in Bull Durham. They had that kind of same vibe going. Yeah, and Kyle... Well, let's see here. Laura Rogers... No, Laura Rogers was the name of the character. And Buddy Jackson, boy, he played a scumbag too, didn't he? Buddy Jackson. He's a good actor, though. But, Lindsay Ann Warren. You weren't watching her. I mean, he was the bad guy. She was his manager that was screwing Buddy Jackson. Like I said, it was almost like a Bull Durham situation going on. That's why I thought that's who it was, and it wasn't. Who was the woman in Bull Durham? Bull Durham cast. We'll find out here. He said, if we don't know, we'll find out. Susan Sarandon. I don't know why I got Jessica Tandy in there. Susan Sarandon played that role in Bull Durham. Young Tim Robbins in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, Dusty. Stop it. I think that the movie would have been... I'll tell you the thing about that ponytail. That ponytail was sort of like Clark Kent's eyewear. But we weren't supposed to really realize it was George Strait. We knew it was George Strait, but he had that ponytail and it wasn't really George Strait. It was Dusty. It's like, no, just cut that damn thing off. Play the role exactly like you're playing it. Cut that damn ponytail off. We know it's you. Stop it. Stop it, George. I really wonder whether or not, I'm sure he's got an interview out there. I'll look into it, but I probably won't. But it'd be interesting to see what he thinks about that movie. Hey, George, what do you think about Pure Country? Oh, my goodness. But there's a lot of country stars that went into acting. Usually they didn't play singers. Trace Adkins has been in a few westerns. Some of them he does okay. Some of them you're like, ooh, Trace. No, stop it. Not good. Not good, Trace. But some of them was okay. Another good actor, country singer, Dwight Yoakam. He's a good actor. He's a good character actor. Mr. Yoakam. I'm glad he cut his hair. He had longer hair when he was doing the Country Billy stuff. Of course, he kept his hat on, so with the hair coming out, he takes his hat off, he's all balding on the top. So he cut it short for his acting. It's like, yeah, he looks better with short hair. He's better with short hair. Yep. Any other country performers? I like Dwight. Yeah, Dwight's an okay guy. He's had some ups and downs throughout the years. He's had some ups and downs, some failures in business. But like I tell people, most businesses fail. Just because a business fails doesn't mean the person's a dipshit. Most businesses fail. You only see normally the ones that succeeded. There's most of them don't. But Tim McGraw, yeah, Tim McGraw. He's a decent actor too. He's a little bit more consistent than Trace. Trace is like, you see some of Trace's stuff and you're like, oh, okay, that's okay. And then you see other stuff and you go, oh man. No, Tim's fairly decent. He's lost a lot of weight. Looks like he's got cancer. I don't think he has cancer, but he looks like it. Man, he's lost a lot of weight. Saw a video of him on stage. He's wearing skin-tight jeans. No. You can get away with that when you were 30 pounds heavier, but no. You kind of look like you got AIDS or something there, Tim. No. No, it is what it is, but no, stop it. Don't need to do that. Just wear normal fitting jeans. Normal fitting jeans. I like mine a little on the loose side because I can move around in them. And y'all know me. I got bird legs. It is the way it is. Doesn't matter how much I work them damn things out. I never got size. I got runner's legs. It is the way it is. But I also don't wear skin tight jeans. I used to. when I was like 20. Man, I couldn't do. No, I like a little bit of room. I like to be able to squat and move around and not get all bound up. And no, I like just regular fitting jeans. Not relaxed, just regular fitting jeans. Not baggy, just regular fitting jeans. I mean, I guess I could wear skinny jeans, but no. No, not happening. No. I usually don't leave the house, like even with t-shirts. I usually don't wear t-shirts out. I can. I do have time to time. I usually don't. I usually wear a long sleeve shirt. I don't need to show off the guns. No. Judy says, Bad Boy by Tim McGraw is sexy. He looks amazing in that video. Yeah, that was in his, I think that was in his, the same time period he did I think he wore white. He was wearing white with a black cowboy hat, talking about, God, what's the name of that song? He's talking about, what would you do? You know the song. Talking to a dude he was gonna die, so he did this and that and everything like that. But I think it was in that time period. He could get away with tighter fitting clothes back then. He still had, size in his thighs and stuff, but Yeah, now he's looking really thin. Honest, I saw him, it's like, holy cow, is something wrong with him? And I don't think he does. I don't think he has cancer, but he looks like it. He's pretty thinned out. There was another thin guy. I want to get the name right. Nope, that wasn't it. There we go. Aaron Tippin. Aaron Tippin is another skinny feller, but he liked to wear skinny jeans, and he wasn't like big and buff, but he was built okay, not extremely big, but he had nice form, and he liked wearing the tight t-shirts. Yeah, Aaron Tippin. Aaron Tippin, I like his stuff too. That's a Beautiful Song. My dad had just been diagnosed with cancer when that came out. Yeah, what was the name of that song? Live Like You Were Dying. Live Like You Were Dying. That's the name of the song. That's a beautiful song. Yeah. I can sing a bunch of Tim songs, but I got to be honest. As you can tell with my voice, he's got a bit higher registry than I do. I have to. Yeah, Judy says, "Live Like You Were Dying." I just said that. I have to watch this. There's a couple of them I can get the whole song, but like one note. So you know what I do? That one note, I drop down an octave just for that part. I can't squeeze it hard enough. There's some, like, I can sing damn near every one of most of Trace's songs. I can sing his. God, what's his name? Randy Travis. I can sing all of Randy's songs. Randy and my registry is about the same. He might have a little bit higher than me. I can hit all of his low notes. But I can sing Randy's songs. And George Strait, yeah, some of them. I like another guy with a higher registry. I like his songs, but Clint Black, I like his songs. But if I don't start in the right octave, I ain't finishing it. I just can't do it. He's got a higher registry than I do. Yeah, Clint Black. His wife, who's Clint Black's wife? He married a singer too, right? Faith Hill? I think Faith Hill. Love me some Randy Travis. He had a rough life too. He started rough, and he got his life on track, and then he just drove it off the rails again. It's a sad story. And now he's got what? What does Randy Travis have? Randy Travis illness. What does he have? Aphasia. Whatever his aphasia is. Vascular cardiomyopathy. Oh, Faith Hill is Tim McGraw's wife. Okay, sorry about that. Who is Clint Black's? Oh, Hartman. Lisa Marie Hartman, right? He had a stroke. That would explain it too. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But yeah, Clint Black is married to Lisa Marie Hart, right? Lisa Marie, is that his wife? Lisa Marie Hart? Oh, Lisa Hartman. See, I was in the ballpark. It was a heart in there. Lisa Hartman. Wasn't she a news anchor or a movie star or a TV star or something like that? Lisa Hartman. Lisa Hartman Black. She is a Knots Landing. Yeah, she was an actress, TV actress. She can sing a bit too. She can sing a bit because doesn't she duet with him on a couple songs? Judy says he was in our jail once. He really did go off the rails. Randy, he had a rough life. He had a rough life before he was a singer. Before he got his break. He was not going in the right path. And then he got really religious. And his old gal is older than him. She helped him get cleaned up, and then he just went off the rails again. Again, sad story. Not uncommon. There's a bunch of country singers that they didn't, the Possum had his problems. George Jones and what the hell's his son ended up singing, and I think his grandson is now singing. Jennings, but the Jennings aren't the same. Waylon Jennings, no. I'm mixing up families. Now, who am I talking? Hank Williams. Hank Williams had quite a bit of a shenanigan-filled life. Johnny Cash had some problems, but I got to admit, Johnny Cash is the myth about Johnny Cash was worse than anything he really did, but it's okay. Johnny the Man in Black. He'll always be a classic. But yeah, it was not uncommon for, well, just like any of the musicians. Doesn't matter what genre, they lived some interesting lives. Some better than others. Morgan Wallace is filling their shoes. Merle Haggard. Yeah, Merle Haggard. Yeah. Morgan Wallace. Who the hell is Morgan Wallace? Morgan Wallace. He's a vocalist, pianist, educator. Oh, Wallen. It's like there is a Morgan Wallace, by the way. And believe it or not, Morgan Wallen came up when I tried to type in, I don't know him. What does he sing? Morgan Cole Wallen is an American country music singer and songwriter. He copied the 6th season of The Voice. Or he completed, okay. Let me see his songs. I may know his songs. I don't keep up with relatively new. Yeah, I don't know any of them. Wasted on You last night. I had some help. She says, oh my God, I love him. He is awesome. More Than My Hometown. That rings a bell. More Than My Hometown. Spin You Around, don't know. Cover Me Up. Whiskey Glasses. I know Whiskey Glasses. It's okay. It's okay. I'll see. How about this? I'll see if I can. I'm busy, but I got the dulcimer coming, and I've been doing my guitar. I'll see if I can move some Whiskey Glasses. Lies, lies, lies. That rings a bell too. Thinking About Me doesn't ring a bell. You Proof doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I think some of his songs, Whiskey Glasses, I know that song. So he's a little She says, yes, Morgan is the shits and it's. Yeah, I'll have to look into his stuff, and we'll see whether or not we can throw some whiskey glasses and some other stuff in the songs that I got. I still got to get Sultans of Swing for you guys. Keith Whitley, yeah, Randy Travis, Don Williams, some of my favorites. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, Don Williams. I got Neil McCoy. He's pretty good. Neil McCoy. Yeah, he's funny. He's what, Hispanic and Filipino? Hispanic and Filipino. So it goes, people go, oh, no, black people. There's black people in country music. They just don't tend to gravitate towards it. But if you're good, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your ethnicity. They care about your singing. No, Jelly Roll isn't country. I'll call them out, too. I don't care. White, male, female, white, black, Hispanic, Asian. If you ain't country, you ain't country. It's, no, Beyonce. No, she ain't country. Stop it. I was insulting what she did. Judy says, some of it's a little to be desired, but my playlist is mostly all Morgan. Morgan? Oh, Morgan. Said Wallen. Morgan. Oh, Morgan Wallen. And not as, see, Morgan. Who's the gal? Charlie Pride, he's good too. No, there's a gal named Morgan, isn't there? Charlie Pride was huge. He was huge. Kissing Angel, good morning. Is it Tracy Morgan? Yeah, Tracy Morgan. See, you said Morgan again. It's like Tracy Morgan. Yeah, got Tracy Morgan. You got Tanya Tucker. She was the original Trailer Park gal, Tanya Tucker. Yeah, there you go. Lori Morgan. Oh, Lori Morgan. Who's Tracy Morgan? Tracy Morgan stirs up the reason. Tracy Lawrence and Craig. No. Tracy Morgan. Who is Tracy Morgan? But Lori Morgan is the one I'm talking about. Tracy Morgan came up. Then you got Craig Morgan. That's what I love about Sunday. You got enough of this damn Morgan shit. Charlie Pride was one of the first concerts I went to, says Donna. Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty good. Pretty good. Then you got the new feller. He ain't country, but his music's a little bit more country than some of the rest. Hootie and the Blowfish dude. What the hell's his name? Hootie and the Blowfish. We talked about him before. He ain't really country. He got a country album, and a bunch of it's okay. But he's just testing his wings out there. What the hell is his name? Come on now. Another black feller. Here we go. He does wagon wheel and stuff. Darius Rucker. Here we go. You weren't. There you go. Darius Rucker. She posted it. You're coming in just a half a second late. Darius Rucker. Yeah, what I remember about Darius is he'd get the gumption up because people would call him Hootie all the time. I'm not Hootie. It's like, dude, you're the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. People are going to call you Hootie. Just embrace it. It's fine. It's fine. Darius Rucker. Ray Charles did some country too. Yeah, but he's not a country. He did some, I call that crossover. He's not a country singer. Donna says, I think Lori Morgan's been married 6 times. Has she been? Let's see here. There we go. How many times she been married? Yeah, she was married to Keith too. You're not telling me how many times. Six wouldn't surprise me. Oh, because that's on videos. No, I just want all. I don't want videos. 6. There we go. Yeah. Hey, John, make sure that you're on all, not on videos. It's like, there's just videos coming up. That's not telling me anything. Yeah, well, click all. Yeah, 6 marriages. Oh, wow, she married to Kershaw, too. She married to Sammy. See, I like Sammy Kershaw's music, too. He's a good one. Well, Ray's American was a classic in that country, if you ask me. No, you can have a... Hey, Kay, welcome to the show. Oh, yeah, that was you. I didn't even... I didn't notice the name popping up. Welcome to the show. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, there's some decent songs, but just having a country song doesn't make you a country singer. She was busy. Yeah, Lori Morgan was busy. She was busy. She's 65. She right in our group here. Right in our group. Ron Godellis, or was that married? Wait, Keith Whitley, okay. John Randall, I don't know him. Is that? You got a whole list of her husbands. Come on, let's see. I want to see a whole list of her husbands. Let's try this. Here we go. I'll go here. We'll see here. No, just give me a list. Give me a list. Give me a list. Ron Gaddis, Gaddis. Then Keith Whitley. Brad Thompson. John Rendell. There's got to be more than that. That's not 6. That's not 6. Yeah, she was busy. Oh, here we go. So we got Randy White. Sammy Kershaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6, yeah. Yeah. She married Randy White in 2010. Sammy Kershaw from 2001 to 2007. Then John Rendell from 96 to 99. Brad Thompson from 91 to 93. Keith Whitley from 86 to 89. And Ron Gaddis, Gaddis, I don't know him, 79 to 80. Yeah, she didn't stay married very long. She's busy. She's busy. They got Reba. Reba's a classic. She's a lefty, too. You'd be surprised how many lefties are out there now. Even some former greats. Garth's a lefty. Reba's a lefty. There's a few others. Again, tonight's coffee is Coconut Crazy Joe from Joe Knows Coffee. I'm not sure if she ordered it or whether she picked it up in the store. I think she might have picked it up at the store. I'm not sure. Yeah. Country stars. Kay says, and let's not forget the great Oak Ridge boys who are retiring this year. Have they? Wow. Yeah, you got the Oak Ridge boys and the Statler brothers. Yeah, they're retiring. I didn't know they were still touring. Jimi Hendrix was a lefty. Yeah, that does not surprise me. But he wasn't a country singer. A lot of the rock stars were lefties. Some weren't. A lot of the country rock, like who does Freebird and stuff like that, they were relatively right friendly, but antisocial. Willie Nelson's a lefty. Willie's funny. You want to freak somebody out, show them pictures of Willie in like 2005, and then show them a picture of Willie in 65. It was 65. Is he wearing a yeah, in the 60s, he was still wearing his turtlenecks and suit jackets and stuff. Yeah. Kay said Elvis always hid his politics, but he was a great American. He did not veer left. Yeah. He's an entertainer. Judy says, I heard he stinks really bad, body odor-wise. Willie? Talking about Willie? Wouldn't surprise me. Kay says American Trilogy was his best. Elvis? Yeah, Willie. He's not the only one. There's another guy that stinks. He played in Interstellar. What the hell's his name? Matthew McConaughey. And there's a few of them out there that I guess by all reports stinks. I just don't get it. I don't like to stink. Just wash your ass. Look, if you don't like deodorant, that's fine. Just make sure you keep washing yourself and stay clean. I don't get that. No, I don't. Johnny Cash was too. Was what? A lefty? Oh, he was a rebel. Johnny was a rebel. He did some gals dirty too. But Promised Land, yeah. Yep. I try not to hold my entertainers to lofty standards. This whole hero worship shit and idol worship, that gets you in trouble. They're people just like everybody else. I'm not looking to my singers for moral guidance. I'm looking to my entertainers to entertain me. And the rest is on between them and God and the people that they do, be it dirty or otherwise. That's it's between them. Don said that's back when Democrats. Yeah, the modern Democrats ain't the same as what they used to be. A lot of those old time Democrats would be listed as right wing or moderates at the very least nowadays. It's a weird political system that we're in right now, and the Democrats need to take their party back from the radical left. Is what they need to do. But that's on them. But like I said, stop coming over into the right. You ain't Republicans. You're a independent at best. No, and I'm not going to get into RFK Jr. I posted about that. I just walked away from that. I hit stop sending me notifications if people post on it, because people see what they want to see, and I watched all sorts of other talking heads out there, and they're just seeing what they want to see. I watched the press conference, and I know what he said, and that was a hot mess. And I'll leave it at that. It was a hot mess. What do you think of the DNC? Are we all in a state of joy now? Yeah, the DNC is a shit show extraordinaire, and the reason it's not going to amount to anything. The real fireworks are going to start next week. So, hold on, folks. We need to start pinning them people down and getting answers. And right now, the media's been doing their propaganda best for them and doing the legwork. And yeah, it was a shit show extraordinaire. Fake joy, and lies after lies after lies after lies after lies after lies. Donna says this is just a bump. Right. It's just a bump, but speaking of bumps, they ain't going to get a surge. I think she's about topped out. Her and Trump on the polls are neck and neck, and she is leading by like 2 points, I think, 2 or 3 points in some states, in a few states. You watch that disappear. She got a huge bump when Biden moved aside, because people were like just happy to have anybody but Biden, and now they're just falling in line. But you wait, the honeymoon is over. We got the DNC out of the way. It's kind of telling, huh? The DNC. Yeah. It's a D and C, but a D and C and a DNC are the same damn things. Yeah. So I posted some because I had to. And I got some people out there go, oh, why are you posting about this? I'm a social and political commentator. The DNC is happening. I have to post something. But I posted up other articles. I got other stuff out there for folks. Had a feller come in and try to argue about stuff. Take stuff off into left field and started just posting up mainstream media articles about this and that. And it's like, yeah, that wasn't all. You weren't ready for this. You went in 3 different directions with 3 different articles by experts that you said, he goes, your experts don't agree with you. Or the experts don't agree with me. I don't care if the experts, as you're pointing to experts that the mainstream media is highlighting, I don't care if they agree with me or not. That's why I posted up the experts post. I don't care if the experts, because, hey, just like, did you know for every lawsuit there's 2 opposing lawyers? If everything was so freaking cut and dry and everybody agreed to things, you wouldn't need an adversarial system. Do you know in a criminal trial, in the defense, And the prosecution bring up experts and they duel each other. They don't agree on shit. Remember COVID? And the experts were saying all this, and I was writing article after article going, no, no, no. And now it comes out, hey, John was right on all that shit. Yeah. Oh, but the experts. So, yeah, you want to refute what I say. Number one, you need to come with your own knowledge. And number two, you better not just be pointing to mainstream media cherry-picked experts, because they ain't shit. Kay says, I'm hoping and praying for a groundswell of common sense on November 5th. I hope so. Because we already know there's a crap ton of disaffected Democrats. And a lot of them are from minority communities. So people need to stop listening to and believing the mainstream media that's been doing propaganda hypes for Kamala Harris. And her clown of a running mate. What an low T, high estrogen having clown boy that guy is. Holy crap. Wow. One of the trolls I booted off the page in the last couple days, he had said on his page, because I always check people's pages, and he was saying, yeah, the Republicans need to, the family value Republicans need to act more like Tim Walz and his family. It's like, holy shit. Oh, yeah, I see where we're going here. What a low T, high estrogen clown boy that simp is. My goodness. Yeah. Now, you can't blame your kids. You can't blame a parent for everything their kids do. You can't do that. However, that said, Kamala's stepdaughter is a freak. in a different way than she's a pro-Hamas weirdo. Laurel says, the way he yanked his handicapped son pissed me off. Yeah, he's weird. For Tim Walz to say about anybody that they're weird, boy, talk about a lack of self-awareness. Lack of self-awareness. Tim Walz, the football coach. The head football coach, or Tim Walz, the head football coach. I mean, part-time volunteer assistant coach. When was that? 20 years ago? I don't know what the hell it was. Is there anything about him that's just straight up? Again, there is nothing wrong with being an assistant football coach. Just say you're an assistant football coach. You need them. Nothing wrong with that, but no, we're gonna make things into more than it is. JV, junior varsity, assistant football coach. But again, you need him. I don't care if he was a middle school, if he was a co-ed boys and girls flag football coach. I don't care. Just say that's what you did. You need it. T-ball coach. Yeah, a T-ball coach. So, good job. Judy says he's a freak. That pretty much sums it. He's weird. He is odd. There's something wrong with that man. Really. And to see the left just glamp onto him, it's like, give me a break. There's something wrong with that man. Oh, John. I call a spade a spade. John, did you serve? Yes, I did. Were you deployed? None of your fucking business. What does my military history have to do with him lying about shit? And him knowing, and it was all bullshit. Oh, he didn't know when he was going in for his retirement. He didn't know he was going to be deployed. Bullshit. They knew way out. Now, I don't care. I don't even care whether or not that's what he did. If he did it, fine, whatever. Lying about it's what I have a problem with. Kay says, what qualifies Harrison Walz for the top? Nothing. He is a dipshit governor of a state that just, Judy says he creeps you out. Yeah, he is weird. There's something wrong with that man. There's nothing. He is a failed governor in a radically left state. And she is a nobody. Didn't win a single primary vote. She's not the will of the people. Not even close. Now, is what they did legal? Yeah, it's legal. They played the rules. But it's still shitty. That's the same way as like if you're in a boxing match and you turn before the bell rings and start to walk away, if your opponent comes up and pops you in the jaw, it's legal, but it's still pretty damn shitty. Well, that's exactly what the Democrat Party's been doing. They've been playing legalities all along, but it was pretty damn shitty. And their whole thing about, too, like, oh, Joe just stepped aside. No, Joe was told by Pelosi, amongst others, but she was one in the lead, that he was going to get no support. All of his funding was going to be stopped. That they wanted him to pull out of the race. And if he didn't, there was going to be consequences. Oh, but this historic moment. Joe's doing this for the country. And look, he's giving up his position. He was shivved in the back by his own party and cast aside. They knew before he was elected that he had onset dementia and Alzheimer's. They knew that. Oh, goodness. And they played everything. And the media went along with it. And then the media, when it all comes out, it's like, oh my goodness, how dare they do this to us? Didn't see that coming. You're not very good fucking journalists, are you? The dude's falling upstairs. The dude cannot stay on a bike. The guy cannot talk extemporaneously for 3 seconds. He can't enunciate his words. He slurs, and his voice is barely audible. And it's been that way for some time, and it's a big surprise. Oh, shame on the Democrats. They've pulled the wool over our eyes. Dude, your head was so far up their ass, no wool needed to be pulled. You couldn't see shit because shit was all you could see. Play stupid. We didn't know. Everybody knew. The gaslighting. My God, if we could harness the energy of gaslighting, we'd solve all of our worldly energy needs. Because the left, they just that's all they do. Oh, she's not the border czar. Yeah, she's the border czar. Then no, she's not the border czar. And then she gets up on the DNC stage and she was the border czar. Which is it? It's whatever benefits her at the time. She's tough on the border. She ain't tough on the border. The only border she's tough on is Taco Bell. You been to the border? Well, I've flown over the border. But have you been to the border? Well, I haven't been to Europe either. The last I knew, we weren't being invaded across our borders by a bunch of European nations. They're coming across primarily from the southern border. And now they're starting, I wrote about this, it's increased across the northern border as well. Man. So, yeah. DNC's closing down. It's done. We're going to watch what comes up. Now as long as we get pushing things, we should get some answers. Kay says Democrats should lose on the border issue alone. Oh, I agree. Oh, inflation in the border. That's all you need. Inflation in the border. Price controls. Price controls don't fix anything. Every time they've been tried, and they've been tried in the United States. Here's some other things somebody pointed out underneath one. They weren't talking with me, but they'd pointed out that the milk industry has price controls, and that's true. That's true. And there's other industries that are controlled, like the cranberry industry and the cherries and stuff like that. You know that they pay them to dump cherries and cranberries and shit like that. There's weird shit happening out there, and it's been happening for a long time. And the milk industry is price controlled as an industry, and I think that's bullshit. Here's my philosophy on it. If you're growing cranberries and the market is flooded with cranberries, no pun intended, that's how they flood the fields and they harvest them, and you can't make a dime, stop growing fucking cranberries. It's that simple. Stop growing cranberries. Let the market handle itself. If you're a milk producer and the price of milk drops because there's too much milk on the market, stop producing milk. Remember CRP. CRP. You're going to have to Conservation Reserve Program, or CRP, from the USDA Farm Services Agency. Is that what you're talking about? Is that where they paying farmers not to farm their fields? Or paying farmers that normally do corn, they pay them to grow beans and crap like that? Is that what it was? And we had a bunch of farms back in the that's hogwash. They need to stop that shit. Again, if what you're growing you cannot, if you can't sustain and sell what you're doing within a reasonable price, stop doing it. Do you know any other industry like that? I did photography. The photography market was swamped. Still is. COVID about put the squash on a lot of stuff, but it was going down before then because smartphones killed the photography industry. But can you imagine the government coming in going, yeah, we're going to still pay 500,000 photographers to not take pictures? How stupid is that? No, I don't care if your family has been farming for 5 generations. If there's no need for corn, or there's no need for beans, or there's no need for whatever, then we shouldn't be subsidizing it. We should go do something else. Find another avenue. That's just my thoughts on it. I can't imagine. Can you imagine paying construction crews to just sit and not do anything? Oh, we got too much construction crews out there. We're just going to pay these 5 construction companies to just not do anything for a year. You'd go, well, that's pretty stupid. Yeah, well, that's what they're doing with the farms, and that's what they do with the milk producers and the cranberry producers and the cherry producers. And it's like, stop it. They need to go and do something else. The same way as government jobs. Feller said, yeah, if it's not an essential job, he's like, oh, all jobs are essential. It pays my bills. It's like, no, I'm not saying a job is essential to the employee. I'm talking about the machine or company that they work for. If it's not an essential job, i.e., you look every time they shut down the government, and they go, well, the essential workers, they're going to keep working. All those motherfuckers, they keep their jobs. Everybody else, you're fired. You're fired because you're not essential. We should not have a single non-essential government worker. None. But you'd lose a lot of votes that way because you're cutting workers off of the teat of the government cow paid for by the rest of us. They shouldn't be employed anyways. Lean it up. And if the agency is not directly mandated by the Constitution, or is a direct need to do what the Constitution says, gone. Done. We've got so much agency overlap. Oh my God. Any given issue. You know that holds up a lot of shit. Because you got 4 agencies fighting over who's got authority. Because there's so much overlap. Stop it. Get rid of these agencies. There's no need for it. The machine gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And nobody wants to cut it off. Nobody wants to say enough, let alone fire people, trim the fat, get rid of agencies. No, even just saying no more, and you can't get a vote. You can't get a vote. That's what I'm saying. Stop fucking around with politics and start enforcing the Constitution. Take care of these issues. Go through the budget every single time. These jackwagons, that's one. Legislate, clear up legislation, remove legislation, and make a budget. that's what they do. And how many years has it been since they've had a budget in on time? Let alone a budget that's within budget. Can you imagine going to your boss every single year and going, I want 3 new houses, 4 new boats, and 20 new ponies. Give me more money. And I'm going, okay, here you go. No. Your boss is going to go, no. This is how much money your job is worth. This is how much everything is. Now you live within your budget. Period. And the government doesn't do that. They just kick it down the road. Do you know our deficit is higher than our GDP? We are flipped over. And we're only running flipped over because nobody's got the balls around the world to call the shit in. And why? Well, because we're all in each other's pockets. Did you know the U.S. and China are about in debt to each other at about the same rate? I think we're just a smidgen more in debt to China, but it ain't much. It's like, how the hell does that work? The 2 companies, can you imagine that? Wait a minute here. Me and Donna owe each other money? Wait a minute here. How does that work? So Donna owes me $10 and I owe Donna $12. And then we just keep going around. Why don't we just go, okay, fuck it. Stop at 10, boom, done. Now we don't owe anything. I owe Donna $2. Let's clear the books. Let's clear the books. Because how can you do that? How can two countries owe each other damn near the same amount of money? Isn't that a wash? It's an accounting problem only. It doesn't make any sense. I'd like somebody to point that out to me. How can 2 countries owe each other damn near the same amount of money? I mean, I get how it can happen, but how does it stay that way? Wouldn't you just go, well, you're not paying me the money, and I'm not paying you the money. Why don't we just go to the point that, again, 10 and 12. We'll wipe it out at 10. I owe you 2. Laurel says it is for normal thinking people. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It's weird. And we just keep rolling over. It just clear the debts. Pay what you can't and stop adding to it. Stop adding to it. It's crazy. My view is this. Number 1, every bit of government spending should fall within the Constitution. And if it doesn't, if it's not mandated directly by the Constitution, it's wiped off the books. You can't spend a dime. Number 2, you can only spend what you generated in taxes the previous year. Period. Done. Done deal. That won't get votes. That makes too much sense. Again, nobody here could think about going to their employer and going, you know, Bob, I've just added a shit ton to my budget, and you need to make up the difference. Bob would go, well, Jim, you're fucking fired. There's no way it would happen like that. But then again, we got unions. Don't get me started on unions. But that being the case, did you know unions only make up like 7% of the workforce? Somewhere around there. Everybody thinks that they make up a much bigger number than they do. They don't. They don't. Most people don't want to be in unions. And when the laws came out, which allowed people to work in a union shop but not be a part of the union started losing money. Most people don't want unions. Most union workers don't want unions. I tell you what, and I've said this before, if I owned a business and had employees and they wanted to unionize, oh, I can't fire you? I'm closing my business. Done. I closed my damn business. Started up with a new name, hire new employees. None of you motherfuckers are getting rehired. Be damned if I put my money into creating a business to have my employees tell me what to do. No. If you want to do that, start your own business. Start your own business. They've got Joy for All. Yeah, Joy for All, says Kay. No, really, they've tried that shit. Cooperatives, most cooperatives fail. There's a few that are still going. Most cooperatives fail. You got too many chiefs. Not enough cooks. They tried that too. The businesses that tried social, oh, just pay what you can and what you want. Failed. Go out of business. You idiots. You're a bunch of morons. Bunch of morons. Donna says, if they ever did do student debt forgiveness, those students would never be able to get a loan. Yeah. I'd say that. Yeah, I'd look at you publish every single one. I wrote an article about student debt. Yeah, I think, Donna, you read it. I think you posted up on it. It's all bullshit. Priorities. And student paying off their student loans is not their priority. Now, here you go. Here's a good example. Doctors pay a lot of money to go through medical school. They do. And they work damn long hours. And they make a lot of money doing so. But a lot of them complain that they have a lot of student debt. Well, you know why? Or you know why they complain? Because they want their Mercedes-Benz and their McMansions. They want to look the part before they paid their debt back. It's that simple. No, I get it. You pay a lot to get your medical degree. I get it. And you deserve to make the money you get. They do. A good doctor deserves to make damn good money. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't put priority on their schooling. And it doesn't mean that they're driving Mercedes-Benz because they make a lot of money. No, see, they want to look the salary that they're getting paid, yet they owe money. Hey, choices in life. And guess what? Making a lot of money doesn't make you a better person. Being a doctor doesn't mean you're the smartest one in the room. I can't tell you the number of moron doctors I've dealt with. Anybody been through COVID, right? Remember that? Remember those 2 years? Tell me about all doctors are they're just the sharpest tool in the shed. No. Some are damn smart. Specialized, some are specialized and they're damn good. But a lot of doctors, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail from doctors and doctor spouses. Same way when I talk about the unions, I always get some hate mail. My husband was in the union and yeah, I get it. No, I get it. When I was working down in Schlegel's, down in Frederick, Oklahoma, and I was making damn deck lid for vehicles and shit, working the extrusion line, I was only making $8, $10, $11 an hour. When the auto workers went on strike and we weren't a union house. When the auto workers went on strike, they shut us down because they didn't need the deck lid. And they were going on strike and they were already making 3 times what we were making. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I get it. Union people, the ones that directly benefit, a lot of them, yeah, they think the unions are doing great. What happened to freaking Detroit? What happened to the auto manufacturers there? Kay says, if you're going to incur unnecessary debt, a Mercedes is a good way to do it. Yeah, yeah, because then it costs you a lot to fix the damn thing, too. Mercedes and Audi's a great car until they break. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it's priorities. I talked about this all the time. I bring it up now and again. We go over it on Facebook. Priorities. You mean to life is so rough for you, but you're still going out Friday and Saturday night and drinking and carousing with the gals or the guys. Peggy says, I miss the days when a GP would do everything that we are now sent to us. Yeah. But, you know, GPs, I'm not even, man, I'm telling you, when the missus had her heart attack and we went back and forth, it's everybody's passing the buck. No, talk to your PCP. No, talk to the specialist. No, talk to this other specialist. And he goes, no, then what's your PCP say? And they're all saying, no, they're all pointing to the other place. Nobody wants to do anything. They don't want to give you a shit ton of medication. Boy, don't you get me started. Peggy, you're getting me started again. She got off of all of her medication, and then after the heart attack, they wanted to put her back on shit that was dangerous for her again, that she had worked hard to get off of. And the reason she had her heart attack wasn't what the medication was for. Well, why do you say it needs to be? Well, because it's protocol. Don't give me your damn protocol. There's got to be a reason for it. Tell me the reason. So she didn't do their protocol, and within a month, her numbers were back A1A, perfectly normal, without their freaking medication. Yeah, don't get me started. Peggy, shame on you. Kay says, even if you don't keep them, what, the Mercedes and the Audis? Yeah. Peggy says, one of my biggest gripes. Oh, I'm a fan. I'm trying to get Gus off of most of his shit. I'm a big fan of get off of medication. The days of, remember, it got to the point everybody that you knew over the age of 50 had their Monday through Friday pill boxes. And the older they got, the more pills they had in it. And they had their morning pills and their noon pills and their before bedtime pills. Oh, Jesus. And the pills were to take care of problems that the other pills caused. So I said, don't tell me freaking protocol. It's gotta be a reason. Laurel says that pissed my husband off so much. It's protocol. Everyone is different. Exactly. Here you go. You think that Gus and my protocol is going to be the same because we're in the same age group? Really? Look, our testosterone levels are different. Our body mass index is different. Our lifestyle was different. Our family histories and our genetics are different. You're telling me protocol? Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Protocol. Jesus. Tell me why. Peggy says, gotta keep big pharma profitable. Yeah, and it's a look. There's some damn good pharmaceuticals out there. And the companies need to keep coming up with good stuff. But most of the shit on the market is just fluff filler shit. And the problem is it takes too long to get a new drug on the damn market. Too many hoops, too much money, too much investment going into it. And then when they get it out on the market, you know, they damn near give it away to everybody in the world but the United States. So everybody goes, oh, gee, we need price controls for pharmaceuticals in the United States. Excuse me, no, you don't. What you need to do is make this simple rule. This is it. This is how you solve the problems right there. You tell pharmaceutical companies you've got to sell it in the United States at the same price that you sell it everywhere else in the world. And if you don't, you can't sell your product in the United States. It's that simple. It's that simple. They would come to a reasonable price where the spread of sales takes care of their needs. Oh, there's so much shenanigans going on. Oh, my God. Oh, and health insurance companies, they're both the bane of our existence and the savior at the same time. It's weird. And you know that most of the problems that are incurred by these healthcare places are because of government regulation. Government regulation. They've got to come up with different contracts in different states. They've got to do it's crazy. It is absolutely insane. And it's all because of government meddling. And the government wasn't supposed to be doing that shit. It's not their job. Interstate commerce. Do you know that the Commerce Clause had nothing to do with controlling what goes across borders, and if it goes across borders, the federal government has jurisdiction over that process? That's not what it is. The Interstate Commerce Clause is to make sure there is free flow of goods and services across all state borders. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. It wasn't a way for the federal government to then just go, anything that crosses over the across borders is now a federal issue. That was never the intent of it. It's a total misuse. The same way with what's the other act that they misuse all the time? The Interstate Waterways Act or some crap like that. Yeah, if a water thing that can be navigable between states, then we can... What? And they're using that to fuck with people that are doing drainage ditches on their own property and making ponds and shit? What the hell does that have to do with the federal government? Oh. Peggy, you got me worked up. John's all over the place. John he's ripping stuff apart now. But like I say, hey, you never know what's going to be talked about on the Whiskey Cowboy Live. We talked about all sorts of stuff. Music and musicians and actors and politicians and the Navigable Water Act. I forget what the hell it's called. It's late. But yeah, the Interstate Commerce Clause, all sorts of stuff. Peggy's probably laughing her ass off. She goes, look at it. Hey, did you know those clapping hands look like chickens or turkeys? Tell me they don't look like chickens or turkeys. It looks like a turkey farting or something. It's yelling out one end and farting out the other. Don't they? Take a look at them. Oh, my nose. Go, damn it, John. I'm not going to be able to look at that shit again. You ruined it. You ruined my hands. Now they're farting turkeys. Damn it. Damn it, John. I know, I'm bad. But tell me I'm wrong. You know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Oh, Yes, yes. Even while eating dinner at the Cowboy's house, if we're having a conversation and something comes up, I will bust into song. I'll either throw out a movie line or get a song. The missus is right on cue. A lot of times we'll start singing the same damn song. I'm corrupting. She's been with me a couple years. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Doctors, experts, shut up. If your only response to me is some lame brain mainstream media article or saying what the experts are saying, the experts don't agree with John. Oh well, hey. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can either trust me or you can trust the experts. The difference between me, you know what the difference between me and the experts are? You've heard this before. Laurel, answer this. What's the big difference between experts and me and how we think about things? What's one thing John doesn't like? And it's the difference between me and them experts, because the experts don't give a shit about it. What is it, Laurel? Trying to draw Laurel in. She hasn't written in a couple minutes. Or anybody can write in. What do you think it is? The difference between me and you want the truth. Sorta. Yeah, that's sorta. It goes even deeper than that. More simple. It's something I don't like. That's the difference between me and the experts. There's something I do not like, and it's something they don't give two shits about. And I'm going to say, and you're going to go, oh, yeah, that's right. Peggy says, you've ever noticed that none of these experts are ever named? Well, no, some of them are. Sometimes they'll throw it out there. Because like that feller did, he threw up some articles and there was economists and this and that, and it was like, yeah, stop it. Well, the experts don't agree with you. I don't give a shit what the experts agree with me. But I'm going to say it. John doesn't like to be wrong. That's the difference between me and the experts. I don't like to be wrong. And again, it's not because I don't like to be told that I'm wrong. I don't like to be wrong. I can be sitting alone in my room and realize that I was wrong about something and it eats the hell out of me. I don't like it. I don't like to be wrong. And it's not because of the world. It's because of me. The experts don't give a shit about being wrong. They just care about making money off of their grift. Again, we all lived through COVID, right? Laurel says, I hit send just as you said it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you don't like being rah. Yeah. Oh, exactly, Laurel. Yeah, I hate being wrong. It just annoys the living shit out of me. There's nothing anybody can say to me when I'm wrong that I haven't said to myself, and 10 times worse, because I hate it. It's not an ego thing. It's just I like the truth, and I don't like being wrong. If I'm mistaken, let's correct it. That's not a problem. It's not a problem. And if I've done you wrong, I'll apologize for it. We've done it here. I've snapped at people here on the show, and I'll apologize for it. Hey, sorry. It's not an ego thing. Oh, John's got a big ego. Well, no bigger than anybody else's, but no, I don't. I'm not a sociopath. I don't like hurting people. I can get annoyed with people, and that's fine, and I'll let them have it. Most of the time they deserve it, but sometimes they don't. And I'm human, and again, you've seen me snap at somebody, and then a few minutes later I'll say, hey, yeah, sorry about that. That was uncalled for. I got no problem with apologizing. And it's sincere. It's not because it's going to get me out of trouble. No, it's because it's the right thing to do. I won't apologize if you make me apologize, but Judy says, I have been snapped up on. Yeah, I think I've snapped at you, Judy. I've snapped at Donna. I've snapped at Judy. I've snapped at Gus. Not too often. Gus fucks with me. Gus and I. But yeah, I snapped at some folks. I snapped at some of the young fellers a couple times, and they had it coming too. They had it coming. I didn't apologize for that. So again, if you've been snapped at and you deserved it, that's fine, and we move on. And I don't hold grudges. That's another thing. I don't generally hold grudges. I don't give a shit. It's done. If you deserved it and it was fine and you moved on and we moved on, that's fine. We got an understanding, and that's just the way it is. Now, if I done you wrong, and I know I done you wrong, I'll tell you I'm sorry. Truly. And Judy, no more money this month. Got that? Give me enough this month. Thank you very much. Lord Almighty. Let the other people join in. With that, if folks would like to buy a cup of coffee for the Whiskey Cowboy, or pour a whiskey or whatever, she says, "Oh, come on, no, you've done enough." It's like, that's easy to say. It's damn near the end of the month. Well, yeah, it just happens to be that way. But yeah, it's like the rain, folks. A drop of rain doesn't do much. But you get a million drops of rain and you got a flood. Now, I'd like a flood, but a nice gentle rain would be nice. Let the garden grow. Rain makes corn. Corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby a little bit frisky. That's another song. But no, she doesn't drink whiskey. She likes tequila. But, yeah. So, just a little bit here and a little bit there, that's fine. If everybody just chips in and just gives a little bit, then we can do fine. We'll be able to pay for the oil, for the heating, and pay the electricity bill and everything. Kay says a good sense of humor always helps with discussing contentious issues. Yeah, it does. It does. And I like to think I got a pretty good sense of humor. But sometimes the smackdown just needs to happen. And I will have to apologize to Laurel. Laurel, I deeply and humbly apologize that the last show that I started saying that I was in a mood was not up to your expectations of John being in a mood. And I admit, yeah, because, I was roaring. I was roaring earlier in the day, and the missus was like, you need to watch it on the show tonight. I'm like, okay. So I discussed, I got a lot of the venom out with her before I started the show. But I apologize. Laura was probably going, this is going to be good. And it was like, yeah, it was lukewarm. And then the folks who have never seen me in a mood before, they're probably going, that wasn't that bad. No. Laura says, you're totally forgiven. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man, my blood pressure was up that day. But, yeah, normally, most of the people who followed for a while, they've seen Fire and Brimstone. That was not Fire and Brimstone. I'm not wrong with my Fire and Brimstone, but it's a different... The tongue becomes unleashed. My verbiage gets very colorful, and my enthusiasm. I don't know. That was funny. It was funny the next day. Laura was like, no, I was expecting more than that. Sorry. Oh, goodness. No, it's good. No, I got a good sense of humor. And folks like Kay and the rest that follow my content on Facebook, we don't laugh like this on Facebook. We laugh here. is a good place. We all just come and we talk, and we can talk about all sorts of stuff. And if a question comes up, we'll go and we'll look into it, and we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out, suss it out. And I don't know is perfectly fine. We'll find out. It's that easy. It's like a bunch of old friends getting together and talking about stuff. And we don't need to agree on everything. That's fine. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I thought it. Did you hear me? Did you hear me thinking it? What do you think I was thinking? I didn't say it. I was so close to saying it. Should I say it? Like, oh my goodness. No. No, I almost said it. It was there. It's still there. It's right on the, it's right. We don't have to agree on everything. I'm always right, but sorry. I couldn't resist. Let's go for it. Yeah, I'm always right. You're more than welcome to be wrong. That's good enough. Oh my goodness. And folks that join the show, it's like, look, don't take things personally unless they're made personal. I'll let you know. Judy says, just spit it out, Cowboy. Yeah, well, I did. I spit it out. There was a big pause there. It was just, it was like, I want to say it. We don't have to agree on everything, but I'm always right. Kay says, right, we only need to civilly disagree. But I find that increasingly difficult among the liberals. Yeah, they've got a different way about them. And then here's another thing that, and folks know this about me, and I say things often that folks who are on the show have heard before. Well, it's because somebody else might hear it that hadn't heard it. I don't naturally ascribe evil intent to disagreements about things, more so when the issue isn't an evil issue. Two people of like goodwill and intent with equal knowledge and equal experience can examine the same situation and come up with different views on it, and that's fine. There's some that's that's pretty fucked up. But a lot of issues, no. You're not gonna agree with everybody 100% of the time. My goal is, my thing is, if it's 80 to 90%, that's great. That's great. Fantastic. And as long as whatever's left over isn't a critical issue, there's some deal breakers. No, I get it. But they're very few. Then you're doing great. You're doing great. Most of the people that follow my content, they say it's damn near close to 98%. And that's good enough for me. That's way better. And if it isn't, people might want to think whether they want to follow my content, and I don't have a problem with it. If you don't follow my content, I'm not losing anything. If you're throwing shit around like a monkey, I got to clean it up. And that's just the way it is. Oh my goodness. Coming up on the top of the hour. Yep. So yeah, we covered a bunch of stuff this show. Next show will be Wednesday evening, same time, same place. Hey, Judy, damn it. You make soap and candles, right? You didn't post up underneath the thing about your soap and candles. After last show. Judy says monkeys are pretty nasty. They are. They are. And I don't put up with it. Somebody thinks I'm a clown and they think that, free speech, whatever. That's fine. Don't follow my content. I'm not going to stop you from posting on your own page. I'm not going to silence your voice in your own space. My page is my space. Yeah, see, Judy? She says, oh, shit, I forgot. See, you forgot. So tell you what, I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember to put up a note on tomorrow's post about the show, because folks know I delete the link to the show active when it's done, and then the next day I post up about the show, and I'll call you out. You post up. Kay says, good chat tonight. Looking forward to Wednesday. Well, thank you, Kay. Again, you never know where we're going to go. We didn't get much food in this time. We got food in the last time. But, yeah. Judy says, I'll try to remember too. I tell you what. I'll see what I can do. I may have, if you've ever sent me a message, you may be in my queue, in my business side, and if I find it, I'll throw a message to you and say, Judy, post up your damn pictures of your soap and your candles. I still don't know what the hell Mama's ass is, or whatever the hell that fragrance. What is that fragrance that you said it was? She goes, Mama's ass. No, it was not. What the hell was it? What was it, Judy? What's that fragrance? Mama's toenails. I don't know what the hell it was. Oh, Mama Tried. Okay, Mama Tried. I like the song. Yeah, I just couldn't think of it. It was Mama something. I was half there. I was half there. I don't know what the hell it smells like. So, but yeah, I'll see if I can shoot you off. I got a lot to do tomorrow. But yeah, good show, guys and gals. Thank you for stopping in. Next show, Wednesday night, same time. Good song, good smell. Yeah. Peggy says, good night, all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Laura says, Jesus, John, not even close. Well, I got the mama part. I got mama something. I just... I was in the ballpark. I was in the porta potty at the ballpark. Good night, Donna. Thank you for joining. There's a bunch of other people, and they didn't write up because the numbers are still there. They've been listening, and they're going, holy shit, I'm not stepping in on that. But no, folks, go ahead and step in. Remember, like, subscribe, share. If you wanna help, there's a link, a donation link in the description of the show. Every bit helps. Like the raindrops, folks, like the raindrops. But I'll see you all on Facebook and elsewhere, starting bright and early in the morning. And then Wednesday. God bless and take care.